What's going on, guys? Joy 400 back with another Vnotes. Oh man, coffee in the morning is just the best thing in the world. Anyway, got some good news and I got some bad news about the Evo. Good news is it's paid off. I don't owe a dime on the car. I paid it off. 5.5 years, done. So the car is officially mine. It's no longer Velocity Community Credit Union's car. It's mine. So let's go ahead and talk about the bad news. I went to go start it yesterday and the battery light was on. The car was running fine. No issues, just the battery light was on. So I've already ran into this problem before. When the battery light comes on, that either means the serpentine belt, it popped off, or the tensioner is bad, or the alternator. And I'm going with the alternator because it's Duralast. And I went cheap on it because I'm not trying to spend $500 on an alternator. And this one's lifetime warranty. So today I'm going to be changing my alternator again on my car that I own. So that's a sweet present that the Evo decided to give me for paying it off, a broken alternator. I'm super excited. Awesome, sick. So let me go ahead and show you the light. If you guys have an Evo and your alternator went bad or whatever, I'm sure you've seen this light, especially when your serpentine belt pops off, because that's the first thing to go. So let me show you. All right. And see, the battery light's still on. It's going to pop up. There it is. Charging system required. So I'm not going to let it run because I got to obviously change alternator. I don't want it to be hot, but yeah, that's it's definitely alternator. When the light came on last night when I went to go drive my car, it smelled like a lot of burning from here, and I'm guessing this thing just blew out, the alternator. So just gonna go ahead and change it. I mean, I should just get a voltmeter tester to see if it's generating volts. If it is generating volts, then it's not that, it's something else. But everything else seems to be running fine. You know, the serpentine belt's on. I see the tensioner moving, which is good. I don't know. So I believe it's going to be the alternator. So let's go ahead and jack this thing up, take the alternator out. I'm not going to disconnect the AC. I'm not doing that because I want AC, and it's a bitch to get that fucking thing back on and like sealed. It's just, I don't even want to deal with it. So I'm gonna try to do it without disconnecting the AC line. But other than that, she looking good. All right, pretty much all done. I found it way easier to disconnect, well, unhook my oil cooler, the bracket, because you can get to that bolt pretty freaking easy. So I'm just waiting for my brother. I don't have Allen keys for some reason, so I just got to take off that and then I can get the alternator out. So just waiting on him, and the alternator will be out, and then I can run to O'Reilly's Auto Parts, Auto Store, or whatever you want to call it, and yeah, get a new alternator. So I might clean this. This oil cooler has fucking caked on oil on it from the catch can overfilling and dripping down, as you guys can see. It's pretty disgusting. All right, ladies and gentlemen, alternator's out. I did it without unplugging the AC. I just put it to the side. I was able to get to it. Like I said, oil cooler was super easy to take off, and then once you take it off, you're able to get to the AC bolts way easier. So now, about to go exchange this one for a new one. Well, a working one, I guess. And we'll install it. All right, your boy got the new one. It's actually a different brand. And the plug, this black piece wasn't on the other one, and it has actually a different dial. It's the same size, but I guess it's their new refurbished one. I guess it's a new model, so hopefully this solves the problem. All right, the alternator's in. Make sure, obviously, before you do this, unplug the battery, because you will blow something if it sparks. Everything's good, I think everything's on. All right, hopefully the battery light doesn't come on. Something with the plug, maybe. Okay, well, the only thing I think is wrong is, well, there's two things. The plug for the alternator isn't clicking in. It slides in, but I'm able to pull it out, no problem. But when I hold it in, the battery light's still on. So I'm assuming that this alternator just gave me is broken as well, or there's a loose wire somewhere, or the plug's bad. So I don't know if I should just spend the money and get a brand new alternator from Mitsubishi and see if it works, because before it wasn't blinking, now it's blinking. So obviously something's changed there and it's pissed me off. That's what happens when you pay off your Evo, I guess. So I'm gonna keep trying to work at it, see if I missed something, and I'll get right back to you. All right, figure out the problem. I disconnected the alternator, disconnected the plug, started the car, no battery light. Plug the plug back in, battery light. So it's definitely an alternator. They sold me a broken one. Not too happy about that, even though it only takes about an hour to uninstall and then install total. So I'm probably just gonna, I don't know if I should just get another one from them and see if it solves the problem, or order a brand new one from Mitsubishi. I don't know, put it down in the comments. It's just kind of rough that that one was brand new, and it's just the plug is not seating all the way. It's just pissing me off. It's not clicking. So maybe if I could force it in there with a screwdriver or something, maybe it'll click. I'll try that. What's up, guys? It's a new day. Oh my God, is it blurry? No, it's a new day. Yeah, I'm going to take this alternator out. I have an OEM one on the way. Got one off the forums for $100, which is pretty sweet. But since it's free, I'm just gonna go ahead and take this alternator out, and I'm gonna swap it for the other one. I looked online, and the guy said this is for an Evo, and I looked online, the same exact one. It's for a Lancer, non-turbo. So he exchanged it, and he's like, oh, the same one came in, but it has a different dial. The dial is black instead of silver, and it has the same plug. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that one, the new one that he just ordered, and I'm just gonna bring it over here, and I'm gonna see if the plug clicks in. If the plug clicks in, then it's gonna be good. So if it doesn't, I have the OEM one coming, and I shouldn't have any more problems. So right now I'm gonna drink my coffee like I did yesterday, and take out my alternator like I did yesterday, and drive over to O'Reilly's like I did yesterday, and reinstall the alternator like I did yesterday. Yeah, fucking blast. That's what it is. So stay tuned. I'm not gonna video the uninstall because there's no point, because I have like 7 videos of me doing it. So I'm here at O'Reilly's. and we got two of the same model number, but they have different dials on them. Same amount of threads, 5, but the plug still has this black thing on it. This one. See? For some reason, this plug isn't clicking. All right, got the new alternator. Has the same plug, but as you guys just saw, I measured both plugs, all 3 plugs actually, and all 3 plugs were different sizes, and this is the widest one out of the 2 new ones. The older one that clipped in was even wider, so hopefully this one being just a little bit wider, and it has a different fucking dial on it, hopefully it clips in. So I'm just gonna try to clip it in. If it doesn't clip in, I got the OEM one coming on the way, but this is just depressing. Yep. All right, so I just tried the clip, and it's a little bit tighter, but it's not clicking in. It's going on there like it's tighter, but I don't get it. It has a thing there, and this clip isn't broken. I don't get it. So since it went on tighter, I'm just gonna try to install it. If it doesn't work, obviously I'll just take it out and put the OEM one in. So wish me luck. All right, serpentine belt's on, alternator's in. Got everything hooked up. Let's go ahead, let it rip. Let's plug in the battery. Stupid battery light doesn't come on, I'm pissed. There we go. Much better. Just crank it a little bit. All right. Oh, there's the battery light. Gave it a few revs, and now the battery light's not on anymore, which is good. So I'm going to button everything up, take it for a spin, and hopefully it doesn't pop on. All right, so far we're good. Take it for a drive for a little bit, and I'll get right back to you to see if the light turns on. So far it's doing so good. Alrighty, just got back, and as you guys can see, still no light. Still no light. But there is like a whistle, you know? I don't know if you guys can hear that. Like this whistle sound. And I think it's the alternator pulley. So everything's running good, so. I don't know if you guys can hear the whining. like a radio, like the FM AM radio whining when you give it gas. I have the radio off, so but usually when an alternator, when you hear that whining, it's usually from an alternator, and it's basically junk. It means the clutches in the alternator are worn or defective. The car drives good though, but I think I'm just gonna put the OEM one in and call it a day, because this is just annoying. Look at that. OEM alternator, 30,000 miles. Sweet. I'm going to install this. It's a new day. I had to work. So, good thing this thing came in. As you see, the plug doesn't have that little black thing on it, which is pretty cool. So, let's go ahead and install this freaking alternator. OEM alternator's in, serpentine belt is on, everything's good. Let's go ahead and connect that negative cable and then give it a start. Hopefully there's no whining sound. If there's no whining sound, I'm gonna be happy. If there is a whining sound, that means I'm pissed. That's all I gotta say about that. Let's start it. Let's crank it once. So serpentine belt is good.